What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. Hi, I'm Ed, is Ediception's new channel, and this man just topped the LA Regionals with Cyber Dragons again. But there's a very interesting twist to this story that deals with Market Watch and Cyber Dragon cards. And I got to talk to him one-on-one. He doesn't have his tournament report or anything up yet, but I would take a moment to invest in subscribing over. We've seen Ed win our Zodiac Duelist Championship tournament. We've seen Ed top YCSs and regionals here on the House of Champs channel. So it's definitely a duelist I would be following on YouTube. Very unique content so far, and I look forward to seeing what he comes up to, especially with like his latest talk, the Golden Medolce ticket. There's definitely things I would be going through and watching personally, so go ahead, check him out. If you like what's there, do subscribe to him. But the skinny here is that he was playing Cyber Dragons again at the LA Regionals and got 8th. Over 700 people. Chimera Tech is locked in a $30 product, as we said, MSRP, and now that product costs like $45.50 to even get your hands on the legendary Dragon decks. Chimera Tech was used against Ed 8 times at the LA Regionals. I asked him, how many mirror matches did you play? The answer was 0. That's actually freaking insane. So I asked what was happening to him, and he said Striker players and Orcus players were using it. They were ready for me. Despite being ready for Ed, despite playtesting against this matchup and having hot techs like this to use against him and break his board, guess what? Ed still top 8'd the freaking 700-person regional, a YCS-esque field. So Chimera Tech being locked in this product is not just used in Cyber Dragons, but also against Cyber Dragons in a very crushing manner, and we see that its price has gone up a little, but not too much. We still see a $4.50 copy available, several of those before it's $5, but over on eBay, I've been looking around, the lowest is $6, and that's a new listing, and they quickly go up. So using my TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra and supporting the channel directly, if you're considering Chimera Tech for against the matchup or even within your own deck, get it way sooner than later. I think these are going to disappear off the market, because the other thing that happened to him, he said he got system down twice, and the ultimate rare, it's been gone since the Cosmo era. Let's be realistic. This is just a hard to get ulti, but there's tons of common versions that you can get for around $1 or less, so you don't have to worry about fully hollowing out your deck. But 25 or unlims, youch, yikes. But looking around, like I said, you have plenty of versions. 21 cents. You can just, if you're shopping Pro Play Games, get it basically for free, and you know, just add it onto your order, be smart about it, and look at who you are shopping from. There are 2 first edition Ulti Germans over here on eBay, I noticed. They are new in the listing. Oh, last one. Wow, one actually sold while I'm doing Market Watch. That's ridiculous. But there's one first edition German version here, and then it's quickly $40 for a first edition English. If you're really going that far against Cyber Dragon, sure, I think you'll get Infinitied. I think you might get stopped on this card, but it's also interesting as a tech against Orcus, although Babel turns them into quick effects, so be careful about that. I think it's a cute tech, but I think the more realistic one against Cyber Dragons is Chimera Tech, which is a great talking point by Ed. Next, non-sponsored, by the way, Amanda has put some of her playmats back on core TCG, and they all look really freaking nice. The Akiza mat, and there's very limited supplies. These are back stock by core. It's not like they're new printed or fresh. These are actually just from their warehouse. We see the Maiden with blue eyes, the Shadol Winda, the Ritual Beast, and the Trap Tricks all back in stock with very limited quantities. So I know a ton of people want to get our art. We saw that freaking Ash Blossom with the art from Demon Slayer. It went for over $1,000 freaking dollars, but here you can just get our art on a playmat for $25. I know it's not as current of a meme, but a lot of awesome things, the Akiza one especially. So I'll link that down below. I don't have a discount code or anything. This is just to help somebody else out in the community. Flame Buffalo, $3 freaking dollars. This is why, on the past couple of market watches, when I look at Cyber's cards that are locked behind a structure deck, such as Transcode Talker, or you also have Link Archiver, I suggest that Sea Archiver, my bad. I suggest that you get them sooner than later. Flame Buffalo is very forefront within the metagame inside of Salomon Greats. It's an amazing card for them. But $3 freaking, I don't know when this happened. This has probably been for a while. I need to look around more at the tech cards within the meta. So I didn't know this was at it. I would sell my personal copies if I had them, and I'm not playing Salomon Greats. But the point being, look at cards locked in a structure deck. Look, even if they're, 1 to 2 ups, if they only have their 1 printing, you probably want to get your hands on them sooner than later, especially if they have upward potential with future decks like at Ignister, if you even think that could become meta, or Morenses. Get your cards sooner than later, or this happens and then you're just paying extra or trying to scramble to find the structure deck still sealed. And some people are lucky enough to live in areas where that's very possible. Jackalope goes up another $1. Boral Sword goes down another $1. I don't think a lot of us could have predicted this outcome from the 2019 Megatins. Not a singular card is at that $20 price point still because the promos hold so much freaking value. Dark Ruler No More sitting around $4. Nibiru actually chilling out a little, just under $8. I think you can get it $7.75. And it's interesting because these combinations of cards are how to get your money back on an MSRP 10, but more than ever, people found the hookups. So through sponsors like Tier 0 for $175 cases of Megatins, meaning their price point in actually started to come closer to the vendors who are opening this at 10.5 to 11 per 10, because that's like, what, 13, 14 per 10 that you all got to open it at if you went out on your cases that way. So since the majority of the player base also found the way in cheaper here, thanks to resellers just wanting to make money off the 10s. It's one of the most interesting markets we've ever seen. The dangers have risen, the meta cards have risen, the more foiled out Call by the Grave has definitely fallen from its original price point, but how the Megatins are shaping up leaves a lot to be looked at in the lower pages. Red Reboot here. You can get them for under $3 on the Prismatics. There's definitely going to be a format that enters more control, and the more Nibiru gets played, the more back and forth we get and the worse Nibiru gets, the more we might want to stop traps. And I've had Red Reboot activated more on me in Dueling Book in the past couple of days than I have in a long time. Maybe it's just my audience preparing against me because I'm considering Thunder, a trap version of Thunder for the YCS. We also have Danger Bigfoot under $2. I think this is grossly underestimated, grossly undervalued, and I think this will rise to $5 over time. It's one of the better dangers. If the danger engine continues to get hit, this is one of the ones that will rise. It's a level 8, and it has a good effect that helps you deal with problems that are on board. Widow Anchor also under $2, and a lot of the Crusadias, Hollow Pankratops, of course the secret being the better hollow out. Nobody wants the mid variant. And then even Prismatic Ray on the 3rd page. There's so many amazing cards, 3 pages and back, that despite the quantities that will be out there, you can really start to pick and choose and maybe set aside, 3, 6, 9, 12 even copies of a lot of these for so cheap and play the penny stocks on these Megatins, because there's cards that will have the potential to come to the forefront of future metas all over the freaking place here, and I think have the potential to run out of quantities eventually, especially for how they're being played. So just take your consideration, get your cheap Cyber Dragon cards while you can. There's so many different things within the back pages of the Megatins, and I don't think I brought that up enough on Market Watch. So again, using the TCG player link in the description below, .sale. A lot of you guys want to know how to approach Legendary Duelist Immortal Destiny. I've seen the full spoiler. I'm very disappointed in the lack of reprints, but this is what happens when they introduce 5 characters instead of the normal 3. So we have 5 different villains, so to speak, getting their updated archetypes, and I would definitely not be going sealed on this, although prices from Legendary Duelists historically have risen very fast for a lot of the sets. Looking through, we actually have a recent buyout on Red Eyes / Dragon that's oddly cooling off quickly. You see, it was at 22. Now we see an $18 listing, but on eBay, the listing we have over here from Canada never got bought at 16, and then you know, it's still there. So we actually see some people trying to make sales, but the cards aren't going to move. Red Eyes Slash Dragon wasn't a very in-demand card, and Red Eyes Alternative probably didn't boost all this, but maybe someone just got ideas. And we also see a rise more recently in Red Eyes Baby Dragon. But I think that Legendary Duelists have some very long-standing value. The Ancient Millennium doing the best out of all of them. Toon Kingdom here at 16. Ultra Cocoon short print 25 is ridiculous to me. Crystal Bond, we recently covered that buyout. And then one of the only meta-impacting cards in all of the Legendary Duelists holding now at 30 plus with Millennium Eyes Restrict. It's crazy. But Legendary Duelist Sister of the Rose, the most recent one, is the poorest performing one so far, yet even its cards are rising up. It doesn't have a $30 card like many of the Legendary Duelists, but still, it has a pretty good spread out, and these packs are cheaper than normal packs. But you see how quickly it becomes 3, and how less hyped this is. You have amazing cards that actually could impact the meta slash have been able to get their rogue tops here and there, and Harpy's also stunning the world at one point, and a fan favorite. I just think that when we look at the up-and-coming Legendary Duelist here, when we look at Immortal Destiny, Evil Heroes will probably have the most hype as Hero Duelist. Bakura's a fan favorite. And then the rest of them, how impactful will they be? Will they actually enter the meta? And how much will the fans back them slash gas them up? That's what you need to be asking yourself. And personally, I would lead with the hero cards, especially with us having new Vision Hero support recently, and the missing the mark on a ton of reprints in this set. Get yourself sooner than later. Thank you guys so much for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe here if you haven't already, and again, check out I'm at a very great insight into the metagame. Like the video if you enjoyed the discussion, and, you know, use the TCG player link. It does support the channel directly if it's only the best deal for you. Shop around, that's why I show eBay. Make sure you're getting yourself the best deal before, you know, helping your boy out. Thanks for watching, everybody.